Addiction. You know, I don't think there's anybody out there who doesn't know somebody who is either battling addiction or has beaten it. Everyone welcome Samantha to the Maury Show. Samantha is 11 months clean. And the man she says helped turn her life around is her boyfriend, Terry, who she actually met in recovery. But since they've been together, Samantha has come into some money. And today she now wonders if Terry is really with her for love, or is he just using her like many men have done with her in the past? Watch.
Before Terry came into my life, there was so much pain and so much heartbreak for both me and my children. That pain caused me to spiral into a deep, dark hole. I started using drugs to hide the pain, and my life became a living hell. It wasn't until I got into recovery that my life started to change. And that is where I met my knight in shining armor, Terry. Terry promised that he would love me, be there for me, and never hurt me. But today, I feel like everything he told me was a lie. I believe that Terry's cheating on me and using me. I don't think Terry's the man that he portrayed himself to be. I feel shattered and my heart is broken. I need to know if the man I love is lying to me.
I think we ought to know about your life before you met the guy.
I was in recovery. I chose to go to recovery. I'm apart from my children right now. I lost my fiance in 2018, and I have 4 small children. I met Terry in recovery. I was trying to better my life before that. I was in depression. I didn't eat. I just stayed in bed all the time. I'd stay in bed till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, go to work, come home, go back to bed. I just stayed in bed. I felt like I had nothing to live for.
And you think that he saved you?
Yes, he did.
He saved you from that life. What's your biggest fear?
That he's cheating or using me.
Since the day you met Terry, right? Something's been bothering you.
About a week after we moved, I left everything, left my job. My job gave me a check to get a new house for me and my kids. We've been through a lot of tragedy in the past year and a half.
And you were able to buy a house.
And we were able to buy a house. After I got that check, Terry was like, hey, I know of a house. My ex, it's actually his ex's fiance.
So you think he is using you
Might have
and your
used
money.
me as a step up.
Right.
To get out of the situation he was in.
I see. And then you gave him some money because he had a cruise planned.
Yes.
Well, it was a strange cruise. Who was on the cruise?
His ex, her boyfriend, and his ex. But I felt like you moved me somewhere and left me, after 1 week and left me and went on a cruise for a week.
I see. And you think something might have happened on the cruise?
Yeah, 8 o'clock at night, tell me he's going to bed. I wouldn't hear from him till 11, 12 o'clock the next day. Who goes to bed on a cruise at 8 o'clock at night and gets up at 12 o'clock?
And then what did you notice on his Facebook after he came back from the cruise?
So when he come back from the cruise, I was going through, see who I had talked to, because he said he had no service out there. So when I get back, it says, you are now connected to this woman, this lady. You're now connected to this one. You're now connected to this one.
Are these people he met on the cruise?
He denies it. He said he sent these ladies friends requests way back when he was in recovery, so.
And what about the app you found on his phone?
So I found a dating app. When Terry was in recovery, when we were in recovery, at first he told me to take a step back and stop calling him so much. He had to focus on his recovery. But recently I noticed there was a dating app on his phone, and he had been talking to women on dating apps. But I was taking energy out of his recovery, but they weren't, Multiple, like 20 ladies he was talking to, so.
And then you heard like a comment that a coworker made to him, right?
Yeah, we had a coworker, she was 21 years old, young girl, blonde. She would make some sexual comments to him. He goes, I'm thirsty, you got a water? And I'm like, yeah, right over there. And she's like, I got some spit in my mouth if you want it. And he said, no, thank you. He says, no, thank you, but then smiles. So every time I'd be looking around the corner, we work at the same place, I'd look around, he's smiling at her, flirting, he's flirtatious.
What'd you find in his car?
In my car.
Oh, your car.
Yeah, in my car, I
Oh, it's
found a
your car.
headband.
Oh, a headband.
A blue one, smells like perfume. We were at work. I got it out of the van. I brought it up to the house we were working at, and I said, "Whose is this?" And he's like, "Where was that?" I said, "In the van." And an hour later, he said it's his daughter's.
Then there was a woman apparently who approached him on the street where you were.
Yeah,
with
I went
him?
into Dollar General. My children were in the car. I went into Dollar General, come out. He rolls down his window. This lady's like, "Hey, TJ, it's been a while. Look at this pic of you and so, and talked for 6 minutes. I mean, I got out of the van, had a cigarette, and sat there. I was pissed. And I don't even know if he knew I was there, existed at the time. And he's like, and then she leaves, and he goes, "That's an old friend." I'm like, "You're not going to introduce me as your girlfriend, as anything? Like, we're not in a relationship? Do you have something to prove here?"
And then there are some Facebook messages you've seen.
It's from where I used to work. He says it's ladies that he used to work with. It's nothing serious. They have boyfriends. But my thing is, 3 or 4 months later, after you've left that job, why are you still messaging them, you know, and going back and forth?
Okay. You love this guy, right?
I love him.
He helped you out. Brought you back.
He did.
What's going to happen if he fails his test?
He's gonna have to go.
Here's Terry, everybody. Is there anything I asked her that you haven't been accused of doing?
She's pretty jealous, and I think that she's just overreacting.
You've helped each other, right? Get clean.
Yes, we have.
And you should be proud because you've been several months into recovery.
Yes.
So I guess my question is, as far as the headband, why did it take so long for you to come up with an answer on whose it was? I mean, why was it in the van?
You know, my daughter was in the car days before that. I got 3 teenage daughters, and they were in the car.
And then the connecting with the ladies, you left me for a cruise, and you had all these...
You know I felt bad about going on that cruise, leaving you there.
You had all
You know I felt bad for leaving you there.
You had all these ladies connected, you know, connected on Facebook while you were on the cruise.
No, I didn't.
It says now connected on Messenger.
Show it to me. I didn't talk to any ladies on the cruise, any, except the people serving me drinks.
Here's the thing. She thinks from the first week you all were with each other that you haven't been honest with her. How's that make you feel?
It disappoints me, it really does, because I took her to see my mom for Thanksgiving dinner. I don't take just anyone to see my mother, because my mother's hard.
Right.
And
I
introduced her to my kids.
Right.
I don't introduce.
And to me, I mean, the worst cut of all is that she thinks you're using her.
Yeah, that breaks my heart. I mean, that really, really upsets me, because I could have stayed where I was at, I would have been fine. This was an opportunity for her to get a house, to get her kids back, and I presented it to her, and she wanted to be committed with me, and that was a chance for us to be committed, so I presented that opportunity to her.
How about the, you know, when she sees that coworker make those inappropriate comments to you?
She's just a young, childish,
Okay,
immature girl.
this is Terry's answer at nighttime, though. When I would confront what she had said, or the rude comment she said, or the sexual thing she would say, Terry would say, "You cannot take it out on me. I didn't do it. She's doing it." Okay, but when she's doing it, and you're smiling,
No, I
and
wasn't.
that's okay. So I mean, yes. We work around a lot of men, okay? So I smile stuff, you know, and just so work goes okay.
Yeah, you can
he
cut up
accuses
with
me,
guys,
right,
if
but
a girl cuts up with me and I laugh about it, it's wrong.
He didn't start accusing me of cutting up with the guys at work until she left and lost her job. So once she wasn't around for him to cut up with, it wasn't all right for me,
There's a girl there
too.
now. Every time I talk to her, you get jealous.
You're going to pass this test?
Yes, I'm going to pass it.
You both are in recovery.
Yes.
What's this doing to your recovery?
Either way, I know I can't go back out and use again, because that life, no matter what, that life, I just can't do it. No matter what happens between me and her, I can't go do that again. Right. I can't.
Can you stay in recovery without him?
Yes, I can. Terry, that's the thing about Terry is I was bad, Maury. I was depressed. I couldn't eat nothing in a dark hole spiraling backwards. Like, I didn't see no hope for tomorrow until I met him. And since I met him, I've gotten to a relationship with God, and I go to church, and he's lifting me out.
Ralph, you want to help me out here? Anything you want to say to him before I read the results?
I want to say that everything that we've gone through, it's really hurt because you are my knight in shining armor. Since the day I met you at that fishing park and you walked over and asked me to carry my chairs, like, I fell in love from that day. And you know, a month or two later when you told me to stop calling you because I was getting in the way of your recovery, it's like I was broken all over and those past relationships come up.
Well, that's not what I intended for. I was trying to focus on my recovery, and I'm sorry.
All right. You want to be with her? Did you cheat on Samantha when you went on a cruise with your ex last year? Terry, you said no. The lie detector test determined you're telling the truth. Did you start to date Samantha because you wanted to use her for a place to stay? You said no. The lie detector test determined you're telling the truth. During your relationship with Samantha, have you ever cheated on her with any other women you've messaged on social media with? You said no. The lie detector test determined you're telling the truth.
I'm sorry.
We're not finished. Terry, during your relationship with Samantha, have you ever had sexual contact of any kind with any other woman? You said no, and Ralph, the lie detector test determined
you are telling the truth.
I love you,
go home. Have a life. Nice to see you both. You are not the father.